everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are coming to you from Iowa, and we just wanted to reach out and let you know that we care and that we just wanted to send a little video in case anybody missed that replay. A lot of people have been asking for it, and so here we are. And my name is Jen, and this is my good friend Amy. And we are just going to talk a little bit about what has helped us and what is helping other people. I know that I experienced this sickness that we all know what we're talking about a few months ago. And what had happened with me is that it kind of attacked my legs, and I didn't really understand why. I eventually got over it. But then in January of this year, I was struggling with a lot of different symptoms, had no idea what it was. And, I went from dizziness to blurry vision. I had vertigo, panic attacks for the first time in my life, not really sure what that meant. And gosh, what else did I have? Just anxious thoughts, brain fog for sure, and just lots of different symptoms that nobody really knew what it was. I do remember a friend of mine talking about long haul months prior to that, and reached out to her, and she suggested the Facebook group that we're in together. And when it wasn't until I actually joined this group that I saw that all of my symptoms were exactly the same as what everybody else was experiencing. So there was a little bit of calm in that, but I just want you to know that I know how you feel, and I am sorry that you are going through what you are going through. But that's why we're here, and it's just to offer some hope, offer some help. We're not physicians. We are not, classified to give medical advice. We're not here to treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate anything. We're just here to simply say what we have found to work for us and what personally worked for me. So we're just going to go into that a little bit more. And then I know a lot of people here have been experiencing this for a very, very long time. And I just want you to be done with it. So what Amy is going to teach on is exactly what I was doing. And I was able to recover in 3 weeks. So for what it's worth, it's definitely worth looking into. Nobody's pressuring you to do anything, or what you do with this information is completely up to you. But I will tell you that 3 weeks is way better in a recovery than some of you have been doing it for going through it for a year. So I'm going to pass it over to Amy, and she's just going to teach a little bit about what we have on our hands. And if anybody is interested in learning more, you are more than welcome to reach out to us.
Awesome. So my name is Amy, and my background is actually psychology. So like Jen said, we're not physicians, but the beautiful thing of what I want to do right now is help you understand something that I've actually been researching and applying to my life for the last 6 years prior to any of this crazy stuff in the world happening. And for me personally, I was already experiencing some autoimmune issues such as chronic fatigue, migraines, and muscle debilitation, even before anything else came down in 2020. And when I started activating my body and what I'm going to teach on, I got my life back in the first month. And so I knew that this was a message that I needed to learn and apply to my life, but also teach other people. So I've been doing this since 2016. And then when 2020 hit, oh my goodness, I mean, we exponentially started sharing this, because the what you're going to learn about today and why some people are having these issues and some people aren't is literally because of what's already happening, predisposed issues that you are having in your body, in your cells. And then when attacked, they're completely depleted and there's no possible way to recover. So what I'm going to do today is teach you what I've been teaching for 6 years. And what you can do for yourself is you can say, hey, I either want to apply this to myself because I'm sick of doctors not knowing what's wrong with me. I'm sick of them not being able to help me. I'm sick of all these drugs. I want to empower you with knowledge today. Okay. So that's my number one thing. And then help you make a decision. And we can have those conversations after you've watched this recording. And then you get to decide. You can go to the research like I did. You can get it in your body like I did. You can take it back to your doctors. But again, I want to challenge you on this. All of this information I'm going to share has been done by doctors, by researchers, has been third-party tested and peer-reviewed and published across the world. And Jen is just the messenger delivering it to you. So without further ado, let me share my screen and let's get into this so I can teach you today about something you didn't know existed in your body and how you can turn it on. All right, if you're ready, say I'm ready. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. And if you want to continue the conversation after seeing this, we absolutely can. What we're going to be discussing today is something called nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics isn't a trend or a fad. It's actually in your DNA. It's how nutrition affects your genetic expression. Okay, so this is something that's really important for you to understand. It's not about supplementation. Raise your hand if you're watching this and you're on like 20, 30, 40 different supplements right now. I know that this beautiful lady she was playing mad scientist in her kitchen every single day. And then there was people like me who were like simple people who are like, to take one pill is really hard, but I'll do what I have to do, right? And so we're going to talk about like, stop playing mad scientist in your kitchen. The science has been done. Let's flip the switch. So with that said, I want to explain something about this company that we partnered with because we are very passionate about getting the word out. Is called LifeVantage, and it started in a lab with a scientist, Dr. McCord, who had discovered a molecule in our body that we did not know existed until he found it. It's called SOD, and he had the first paper ever written on this molecule, and its primary job is to scavenge free radicals that are causing oxidative stress in your cells. Now, listen. This applies to you big time. Oxidative stress. This is like your buzzword. If you are suffering from long haul, you got to know what it is and you need to address it. It's the root of all of the problems. And so he had spent 40 years in a lab trying to figure out how to activate this molecule that he discovered. And pharmaceuticals did not work. Okay? Pharmaceuticals didn't work. They're great for other things, but it wasn't activating this enzyme to protect the cells. And so he started working with herbs and different natural compounds. And many of these compounds you are probably taking right now. And he found a synergistic blend of 5 ingredients that flipped on a switch in the body that upregulated this molecule, which I will talk to you about a little bit later. So this is a massive discovery. Okay, and you'll see here why in a minute. But he launched this little activator into market back in 2003, and the world wasn't ready for it yet. Go figure. You know, we didn't have these crises happening. And so people just didn't understand what NRF2 is and what it does. So it sat on the store shelves. But because of the research that had been published, scientists were starting to, like, this was a buzz thing happening. This guy's little pill on the market was, you know, the buzz in the science world. And so ABC Primetime came in and they did an investigative report. And it led to a flurry of media attention and lots, like $5 million worth of orders came in. And this guy in a science lab wasn't ready for it. He didn't know how to fulfill the orders. He didn't have infrastructure. And he was like just trying to keep his head above water with this massive breakthrough. So he reached out to a consulting agency and he said, hey, this is a new technology. People need to see this the way that you saw it. They have to understand what's in their body. Person to person storytelling is the best way. Word of mouth advertising is the best way. So they ripped it off the shelves. They put it into the hand of the people. And that's why Jen and I are here sharing our story and what this is and what it does and the importance of what it can mean for you. Like, if you could cut out all the guesswork and just have a solution, wouldn't you want that? So in 2009, we switched to direct sales. It is a publicly traded company, so there's nothing sketchy about it. It's traded on the NASDAQ, LFVN. And since that time in 2009, universities, medical centers, I mean, I'll show those to you in a little bit, people that you're probably working with, they had funded their own research on this. So everything that I am telling you, you can go and directly compare and contrast against the research. I'm not making it up. It's all published for people to see, for the world to see, in fact. So that's where we started. I think it's really important that you understand where this is coming from and why we're here today. So I want to share, if you are curious about that ABC investigative report that aired on national television, it shows in a blood test. Oh, should I just show it? Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to show it. We're going to just show it to you. It's old. It's from 2005, but you deserve to see it the way that we saw it. And I want you to see what happens in his blood after just 2 weeks of taking this little yellow pill, and what is oxidative stress? What is it applied to? And then think of what it applies to with you in 2020.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can we scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it.
I'm going to just pause right here. Think of every cell in your body right now being completely destroyed and bombarded because of what you've gone through. And think of why. That is why you are stuck where you're at right now, okay? It's damaged. And you can't be healthy if those are damaged, all right? Just had to put that plug in there. Watch the rest of this.
The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called PROTANDIM, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of PROTANDIM a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching PROTANDIM for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
Okay, so that was a lot. Did you guys see? Now you understand what oxidative stress is, the things that's happening to your cells, and what this little yellow pill did for John Quinones. After just 2 weeks, his oxidative stress lowered by 45%, which means the damage in his cells significantly decreased. And after they measured the results, you cannot distinguish that from a 20-year-old to that of an 80-year-old. Now apply it to what you're going through. The problem is oxidative stress, okay? Before you were, I would just say, let's call it the biological warfare. Before this biological warfare waged on you, right? What was happening already? The food that we eat causes oxidative stress. The water that we're drinking, there's tons of chemicals in our water these days. It is absolutely hijacking us and causing damage. Our body's working overtime for the one thing that's supposed to give us life is damaging our cells. The air that we breathe, right? Think about that, pesticides and herbicides in our air, pumping gas at a gas station, sitting in traffic. Everything is absolutely destroying our cells at a rate that we've never experienced before in human history. Think about that for a second. The world that we live in this time of history, is more toxic than you've ever experienced before, that any human body has ever experienced before. If you're not exercising or too much exercise, environmental toxins, how recent is Wi-Fi, EMFs, 4G, and 5G? It's all in our lifetime. We're all sicker now than we've ever been before. We are getting so much radiation that the cells are just completely overworked. Then you throw in the extra biological warfare, we'll call it, and how in the world are you supposed to recover? Your cells are rusty. Think about cutting open an apple and you sit it on the countertop and it's exposed to that oxygen in that environment. It turns brown, it rusts. That's what's happening in every cell of your body. You cannot supplement your way out of that, okay? So what happens when oxidative stress is uncontrollable? All right, think of this in every human that you know. Free radicals cause damage to your cells, creating oxidative stress, the rusting of every cell in your body. And because of your DNA and your genetic makeup, your predispositions, it's going to go into one of these categories or multiple of these categories. If you know, people are suffering from multiple organ failure, like tons and tons of things. But it's going to land in the heart. You know, how many of you are on heart medications now and you weren't before? It's going to land on the skin. How many people do you know are suffering from psoriasis or dermatitis or even melanoma? We have kidney diseases. Like people's kidneys are failing, okay? We have joints, we have arthritis and all of these other things in our joints that are hurting. You're probably feeling pain in your joints, lungs, asthma, allergies, COPD, the brain. I used to work in an Alzheimer's unit. I actually conducted research to try to figure out which drug on the market was the best. Did you know that in all of the research published on Alzheimer's, oxidative stress is one of the root things mentioned that it would be beneficial to lower? Parkinson's, OCD, ADHD, autism, migraines, strokes, trauma, cancer, all of these things in the brain are caused by oxidative stress. The immune system having chronic inflammation, autoimmune disorders, lupus, MS, the blood vessels, you know, who's having issues with their blood right now, okay? Your blood is suffering because of what's being hijacked in your body. And then multi-organ failure, and then eyes. Eyes are so damaged by all this oxidative stress, okay? So what we're teaching you about today is not going to treat, like you're going to a doctor right now and they're trying to treat these conditions that you've been diagnosed with. If you could bypass all of that and go to the root of the issue And if you could eliminate oxidative stress in your entire body by 40% in 30 days, would that be something you would want to do? How do you think your body would respond to all of those issues that you're currently suffering from, that you're getting no relief from? How do you think it would respond? I can tell you, I have 1,000 people in my back pocket right now that I've personally worked with over 6 years that would say when they reduced oxidative stress, the thing they were suffering from all but disappeared. If they were very progressed in the process, it gave them their quality of life back. We're not here to treat, cure, prevent, mitigate disease. We're here to bypass the issue, reduce it at its source, and see what your miracle body can do, okay? I hope that you can hear my heart in this. Now, why don't you know about oxidative stress? Well, there's 2 factors. If you look over here in this circled area, the research just recently skyrocketed because scientists across the world know this is the root cause of problems, okay? I don't believe for a second that every person in this world wants you to be healthy. I think that pharma and a lot of places make a lot of money on keeping people sick. So as much as there's good doctors out there that are actually trying to help and research this, there are so many people that are bought out that it's really hard to decipher. And I say that with every love in my heart because we work with doctors and we work with medical professionals that actually want people to take back control of their health and not be bondaged to this crazy system of dependency and illness. We're very passionate about that. And so if you look at the research, if you go to the National Library of Medicine and just PubMed.gov and you type in oxidative stress, you're going to see over 250,000 studies on that. And if you type in what you're specifically struggling with, you will find research that this is one of the main sources of the problem, and it would be beneficial for you to lower it.
There is also research coming out now too, even just in articles throughout, the internet, that you could just search coronavirus or biological warfare and
Got to keep this compliant.
And oxidative stress, and you will find that this biological warfare severely increases oxidative stress. So if we can get to the root of that and lower that, that's what's really going to help us out. And that's what happened with me. And I don't know about you, but one day you feel like you can do everything that you used to be able to do. And then the next day you can't even get out of bed. And then the next day you're like, maybe I could do a load of laundry, and you try, and then you're right back to where you were. So what I'm saying to you is that what you're going through is very real. It's very hardcore. But at the same time, if we can get to a point where we can lower that oxidative stress, what you're going to find is that one day you feel better. And then the next day, like I did, you still felt better. And then after that, you felt better. And then you start to realize, wow, each day, with each passing day, I can keep getting better. So
the miracle's in our body, okay? It's in your DNA. Now, what is the tool that we have been using? For me, 7 years, and for Jen here,
3 months.
3 months. And then everybody that we've been working with falls in between. What is the tool that we have been using that this scientist launched into market to help? It is called PROTANDIM NRF2 Synergizer. This pill is completely safe. It is not a miracle pill. It is simply flipping on the NRF2 pathway in your body for your miracle body to go to work. Here's all of the independent research, and this is not even updated. There's more out there now on what has been done on this proprietary blend, okay? This is absolutely incredible. Things like the American Heart Association, they published it in their Circulation magazine. Louisiana State University did a study on melanoma skin cancer and came back to the company and said the company needed to make that pill into a topical. Harvard University and Colorado State, Washington State, Ohio State, talks about, would you rather address the oxidative stress in your body with a Dixie cup of water, or would you want to turn on the sprinkler system in every cell of your body to put the flames out? Like if your house was on fire, you'd want the fire hose and the sprinkler system. You don't want Dixie cups. And that's what's happening inside your body. So you can go read this research for yourself. I'm just going to help you understand it a little bit better, okay? And so this is PROTANDIM NRF2. What we can say, we are legally compliant in saying that we can tell you, you can lower oxidative stress in your body, in every human that takes this, by an average of 40% in 30 days. And some get it significantly more. And so, if you continue to take this in 3 months, you could lower your oxidative stress by 70% and you could maintain that indefinitely. We're always going to wake up, eat, breathe, drink water. We're always going to be moving, right? Until we die. And every day we are going to be bombarded by oxidative stress. I'm sorry, y'all, we can't live in a bubble and we want to have vitality in this life. This is the tool that we are using and it's working. And what it is doing, it is increasing SOD and catalase, those two things that gobble up the free radicals before they damage our cells. Remember in that video. And then in recent research, they saw the master antioxidant enzyme in our body, drum roll, glutathione. Glutathione, it increases glutathione naturally, your endogenous glutathione by 300%, by 300%. Okay, again, raise your hand. Were you getting injections of glutathione when you were suffering from this or while you're suffering?
Twice.
Yes, twice. And honestly, you cannot inject or supplement glutathione to the level of what your body can make it on its own. It doesn't, it's not enough. You have to tell your body to make it. And if you go to the research and read about it, you will see that for yourself. Is there something else you want to talk about with that?
Just with the glutathione,
Or yeah, what they're activating here.
I mean, it's just one of those things where you can, like Amy said, you can go get infusions of this stuff, or you can just, you already have it in your system. So if you're going to activate it, then that's something that's already going to be there. So that not only with this biological warfare, but what you were suffering with prior to all of this, it's going to activate those cells to decrease the oxidative stress. So for me, it's one of those things where you can supplement the rest of your life. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. You can supplement the rest of your life, or, you can just like take the information and say, you know what, I don't have to have a countertop full of supplements. I can take one pill with turmeric in it. How many of you are supplementing right now with turmeric because of inflammation? Okay, so what we know is that recipes matter. So we can supplement all we want to. And believe me, I was doing this, but the difference came in the right recipe with the right ingredients to create enough synergy to activate those cells. So we have turmeric, we have milk thistle, we have green tea extract, we have bacopa and milk thistle or ashwagandha. All of these together actually activate our cells 1,800% greater than if we were just doing this at home separately. And that's the beauty of this product. So we are BSCG certified. That means athletes all across the country, Olympians, they can take this product and not get in any trouble for doping. They can pass every test because it's that pure. It's also NSF certified, which means that we are taking the time to make sure that every ingredient that you see in this product is actually in this product. So that's a beautiful thing too. So there's no more guesswork, you guys. There's no more going to the physician and saying, these are my symptoms. There's no more, I mean, a lot of people I've seen, and I've read your posts, that nobody's taking you seriously. Nobody's listening. I'm going in, I'm getting my blood work done. Everything seems normal. I'm going in for an EKG. My heart rate is normal. My oxygen levels are fine. But we know something is not right. We know something is not okay. And so the difference here is we're the ones who are telling you, this is what worked for us. And this is what worked for me. I've had the product for 3 months, but it was really in this crucial time of 3 weeks. I was like, give me all you have, because I don't like it. And I know you guys are suffering and I know you guys are hurting. And I just want you to know that this is what worked for me. And I hope that you will take this information and apply it to your own situation. So like I said, we can be supplementing all we want to. We can be eating 400 oranges a day, 500 cups of broccoli. We can doing 110 cups of blueberries or popping those vitamin C pills all we want to. But what are we really doing? We are only fighting free radicals on a 1-to-1 ratio. But here's the awesome news. With 1 tablet of PROTANDIM, we are actually activating all of the cells in our body that need to fight free radicals. And we can do that 1,000,000 to 1 every second of every single day. So wouldn't you want to try? At least give it a shot, right? Like Amy was talking about, there is lots of research out there. We have 28 plus peer-reviewed studies. That's third-party validation coming in and testing our product. And what they're saying is that It may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's from Washington State University. And you don't have to take it from us. Like we said, you can go look at this stuff up yourself and you can see that what we're saying today is actually validated by universities and colleges and places like that. So do you want to take over NRF1?
So PROTANDIM NRF2 is what we just talked to you about, and that was the first breakthrough. And then after many more years of research and diving into this thing called nutrigenomics, how does nutrition affect your genetic expression? They found another pathway called NRF1, and this pathway is responsible for mitochondrial repair and function. How many of you sitting there right now have been told that you're suffering from mitochondrial dysfunction or autoimmune symptoms? Okay, we both were. So here's the thing. You probably have been told, if you've gone the natural route, to load up on your quercetin, on your CoQ10. Some people probably have been taking alpha lipoic acid. These are all great ingredients, but I'm telling you, the cells need specific recipes like Jen had talked about. And so PROTANDIM NRF1 Synergizer was launched into market. And what its job is to flip the switch on in your mitochondria. The mitochondria are the powerhouse of all of your cells. Are you feeling tired? Are you struggling to get through your day? I know I was at one point, and Jen was. I mean, it was awful. And so that's the mitochondria are the reason. And they store your chromosomal integrity, for crying out loud. So so it's really important to go on and flip that switch so that your body can go in and upregulate your powerhouse and start replicating healthy versions of these, okay? So the first thing damaged when you have high oxidative stress is your mitochondria. So this is like a 1-2 punch. You got to have it. Mm-hmm. When I incorporated this into my regimen, my sleep at night was deeper and my energy during the day was higher. So I really encourage you need to activate this as well. The third PROTANDIM that we launched was NAD. Who out there has been taking NAC? NAC? Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about NAD. So NAC is a precursor to glutathione. You need that in order to help your body make glutathione. Well, we don't need that with NRF2 because it already does that. With NAD, this is a little bit different. People are getting injections. Did you get injections of NAD?
I did not do NAD, but
okay.
Definitely did have the NAC.
Yep. So NAD is another pathway in the body that as you age, the production of these things called sirtuins decreases by at least 50%. And this is like what protects your telomeres. This is your longevity factor. Okay. Like, do you want to live healthier longer? This is what it kind of does. And it is really, really, really important for removal of cellular waste. Y'all, when you are stuck in this phase, let me just tell you, not only are your cells damaged and they can't clean up the mess, they can't even eliminate the waste. And so what this is doing is it's coming in and it's upregulating your cellular autophagy. And it's helping with your focus and concentration, your mood, your motivation, your mental and physical energy. I can say all of these things, your healthy inflammatory response, your cholesterol levels. In March of 2022, we just launched another third-party study done on this NAD blend, this exact blend. And it said that it was able to lower LDL and so much more, promoting health factors, okay? Absolutely incredible. You cannot supplement with NAD to get anything. The best that you could do is live with caloric restriction. If you look at the bottom right of the screen, if you try to take an NAD supplement, you might get 2% help, not going to do anything for you. But when you activate the NAD pathway in your body, you can increase your production of this by 100% in the first 24 hours. And you can continue this activation day after day after day. So think about this. NRF2 gobbles up all the bad guys. It releases your army and it protects your cells. NRF1 revs up the engine. So it's like pushing on your pedal of your car, revving up that engine, getting that body going. And then NAD is taking out that trash, getting rid of all the stuff that's sitting there causing you to be sick. Okay, so all three of these PROTANDIMs are working in tandem with one another. And in this, if you look, it's 4 main ingredients. It's absolutely remarkable what this actually does when you get it in your body. So I want to tell you right now, if you're looking for a solution, these are the 3 things that we're going to tell you are absolutely necessary. So what LifeVantage did, this company that created these 3 activators, we're not going to call them, a lot of people call them a lot of things. We're going to call them activators because they're activating what's in your body that's been hijacked, and you're going to take back control of those pathways with these. And when you put these together, they exponentially increase the gene expression for detoxification, for anti-inflammatory, for your metabolic genes, your mitochondrial function, your recycling pathways, and NAD synthesis. They exponentially increase. I am telling you, you want these, and we have seen that. The best way to say it is, y'all have been hijacked, and your cells have been sucked dry and rusty and like crinkly, ugly, scary. This is going to come back in and breathe life into them. Okay.
Think about it as a fuse box in your home. If one fuse goes out, the whole house is like, whoa, what's going on? So what we're doing is we're actually flipping on the switches so that the whole fuse box, the whole light box is flipping back on.
Mm-hmm.
So if one thing is off, we're going to flip that on to get you back. That's basically how,
Yep.
we can look at it.
And so what I think if I were you, I want to trade in everything for these 3 things. So reach out to us if you want to get on this. It's called the Tri Synergizer, and we can get this into you. Now, Jen, this is something I would like you to talk about.
Okay, so we also have a drink called Axio, and I took this as well because I know that B vitamins help with the brain fog, and I had a lot of brain fog, a lot of almost like memory loss type of thing. Like I couldn't remember, and faces were not the people that I thought that they were. It was like really kind of creepy. But we have this drink called Axio, and what it does is actually a nootropic. So it's going to cross that blood-brain barrier, and it's going to be food for your brain. So it's got B6, B12, pine bark extract in it. It's got magnesium, and we have a decaf one or a caffeinated one. It's up to you which one you want to do. But what it does is it gives you the sense of energy without the jitters like coffee would. And it also brings your focus and your clarity back into normal, a normal pace. What would be normal for you? So what it's actually doing is it's making those neurotransmitters in your brain help to fire straight. So obviously for me with the brain fog, I was like, I have to take this because, it's just, I have it and I'm going to give it a shot. And so it absolutely did work for me. The other thing that I love about this is a lot of kiddos struggle with, ADD or ADHD. And so there are quite a few parents who get their kiddos on this, and it just allows them to have a little bit more focus. It allows them to be calming. There's L-theanine in it, and I know you can supplement L-theanine. A lot of people are doing that to help with ADD, but again, recipes matter. And so the ingredients all together in this blend is actually what is helping the most. So on the left, you'll see handwriting of a child before they were taking PROTANDIM and Axio, and then handwriting on the right-hand side is afterward. And I, as a parent, can absolutely attest to this. It's not my child's handwriting on here, but I definitely can relate to this. And I definitely am telling you that is something that is completely 100% changed in our life.
And it's $1.66 per drink. So I think there's a lot of drinks out there that we're drinking that are a lot more expensive, and they're not serving us. This was a really good replacement for us. So I'm going to wrap this up really quick. Basically, we want to keep this simple for you. This is new technology, okay? It's hard to wrap your head around, but here's the thing. NRF2, like Jen had said earlier, is probably, it's not if it's going to be something, it's when. And we're just trying to get the word out, because this is really the biggest breakthrough in the history of medicine. And that's not me saying that, that's Washington State in 2015. And what we did with this company, after the skincare study came, or the melanoma skin cancer study came out, they published a skincare line of this little yellow pill. They put it into the skincare. And so we use NRF2 activated skincare. And then because people are putting toxic chemicals in their scalp, and it's absorbing directly into your blood within 7 seconds when you wash your hair in a hot shower. If you ever feel worse after a shower, that's why, if you're using toxic chemicals. So we took this NRF2 technology and we put it into shampoo and conditioner so that when you wash your hair, you're not hijacking your body, you're taking back control of your body. And then, you know, Jen talked about the Axio, and in 2020, when everybody was grabbing zinc, D, vitamin C, and elderberry, we created a drink that boosts your immune system within the first hour of drinking it. And I'm telling you, my whole family has significantly noticed this. Allergy season is a thing of the past. All of the sniffles are like, they don't happen. We start taking this, and when I had this bioweapon in my body, I was drinking that 3 times a day, and my experience was not at all bad. So this drink has, you know, it has what we call 5 ingredients to thrive: vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, fermented yeast extract, which is a postbiotic, and it is kind of like the secret formula for boosting your immune system. And then it has elderberry. So those 5 things together, and my kids and I, we just lined it up, and my husband, in little shot glasses, we use our little frother and throw it back, and it's amazing. And so the other thing, you know, we have probiotics and prebiotics. So if you've been on any antibiotics, they have completely destroyed your gut flora, and you're going to continue to get sick and sicker and sicker. So if you don't restore that, it's very important. So let me just make this simple for you. We can stack these products in things for you that will help you get to the root, and it won't be confusing. So if you look over here at this vitality stack, this is going to help reduce oxidative stress, boost mitochondria, fix your gut, and give you healthy omegas and D3. Okay. If you want to do $5 a day, this is incredible. What I encourage people who can and have the means to do so is get on this ultimate stack and get your gut fixed and get all of these ingredients in your body. Okay. But if you're like, I really want that Axio, you can add the Axio in there, and it gives a discount when you stack things together. Just ask Jen or myself, and we will guide you through this and say, what are you like? Give it 3 solid months. Like, I think up to 6 months to get your body back to normal. I mean, if you've been going through this for a year already or 2 years, 3 to 6 months is nothing. But get on one of these and say, here's what I can monthly commit. And the first 30 days, you get your money back if you want to return it. Like, if you go through the first month, you get your 30-day money back guarantee if you don't like what you're experiencing with this. And that is tried and true. I also would say, you know, we have our own websites. And so you can shop directly from her website. She can help you get your order set up. You can get this shipped straight from the distribution center to your front doorstep within 2 days. Okay. 2 to 5. Yeah, it depends on where you're located. But sometimes it can be really, really quick. You can get this at your front doorstep. You can get activating and feeling better by getting to the root of these issues. Okay. We're very transparent. We're here to help. The other thing I would say is, don't buy this from any source other than this Direct LifeVantage source from her direct website, because if you were to go on other third-party websites, we have tested those products. They are not proven to be the correct product. You can't get your money back, and nobody's going to take care of you. They are fraudulent products posted on third-party sites pretending to be these. Or people have also stolen credit cards and posted them. So I really, really encourage you, buy direct from the source of who's here helping you and encouraging you and caring for you. Don't go shopping on the interwebs and try to find something to find a better deal, because you won't find a better deal. You'll get snake oil out there. So I'm just encouraging you, buy direct. Okay. So with that, I'm going to stop my sharing, and again, I hope that you heard our hearts. I hope you learned something new today. And I hope like you find yourself in a category of like, give us a direct message right away. We'll be messaging this to as many people as we can. You can share it with your friends and just connect them to us so we've been studying this. We're working with people that know what they're doing. And we can get your questions answered, and we can say, get your questions answered, get the product, tell us where you're at, and we can help you.
And that's absolutely true. I mean, what you see is what you get, and we'll be with you every step of the way. And, you know, even once you do decide to order or whatever, we will be with you to guide you through that. We will help you with the tracking, you know. So we're really kind of unique in that sense. We're going to take care of you, and we're going to help you through the process. So reach out if you have any questions. Even if you don't want to do anything with this information, still reach out. We would love to hear from you. And yeah, I hope that you have taken this to heart, and ultimately hope that you get better. We want you better.
Yep. God bless you guys.